So let's talk about AI and
Right.
education.
Yeah.
You have proposed about a bold idea about introducing AI to as early as a class 3 student.
Okay.
So, what is the thinking process, please?
Right. So, just one small correction here
Yeah, sure.
is that I did not propose. There was a proposal, and I kind of, when I was asked an opinion about it, I said, yes, it's a bold and a welcome step.
Okay.
And I stay with that. I stay by that. My only thing is that my definition of AI or my concept of AI in school is little different from what general perception could be. Right? When we talk of AI in schools, we only think in terms of tools of AI. Right? When I welcome AI in schools, it's not so much of tools as much as the developing the thinking skills to man these tools well. Right? So, few things that come to my mind is, let's say, suppose, how am I going to use the AI, right? One is to solve a problem, right? Now, when you're using that to solve a problem, you have to have the thinking ability to take a big problem and deconstruct it, right? And into small, measurable, quantifiable, specific instructions, tasks, and everything, right? Where does this ability come from? It comes from
The thinking
an
pyramid.
adult, absolutely, from an adult who has been trained in his formative years to deconstruct a problem and analyze a problem, deconstruct it, and synthesize it to construct again and give the correct instructions. Giving correct instructions, that also is an ability. How do you sequence your thoughts and express it in correct communication, precise language with keywords? Okay? That comes in the school. You have to teach that skill to the child, right? What are the other skills of using an AI? Data evaluation, right? You have so much information at your fingertips, right? The ability to sift through that, filter through that, see the biases, understand the prejudices, look at perspectives, right? Take what is valid, justifiable, and create your thoughts around it, right? Data evaluation, again, is a skill that we need to bring into the school.
True.
Right? Ethical thinking, adaptability, unpredictability, right? Resilience. These are all skills of, a mind which is able to use the AI properly. So for me, AI in school is, again, I always go back to thinking skills. And if anyone were to ask me what is Cambridge curriculum, I always say it's a thinking curriculum. And that is the core of everything that we need to do, even AI.
But technology is only as good as the humans who are guiding it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But who is training those humans? I mean to ask, how are you training the educators of the Cambridge, the teachers at various levels? How are they given tools to up their game? Even they have to up their game.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Yeah. So if I were to talk about action plan, one is, there is lot of exchange of ideas, debates, pedagogies, theories, knowledge, right? In any school, I mean, since you're asking me, I would speak of my school,
obviously,
right?
Yeah.
So in my school, there's always lot of volatile exchange of ideas and knowledge, and we're constantly having knowledge-based meetings, right? It could be meetings of differentiated learning, it could be differentiated instructions, it could be personalized learning modules, it could be BANI, BANI, it could be YUCA
we'll come to
theories. That. Okay, great. So one is that itself is a huge learning, and I would call learning equal to training. Right. Another is that if we have, because we belong to the Lighthouse Learning Group of schools, we're fortunate that under that we have more than 45 plus schools, right? So imagine the number of educators that come together on one platform to demonstrate, share, debate, discuss. That is another form of learning, right? We are also members of some extremely good knowledge platforms as far as Cambridge schools are concerned. So we are members of MISA, we are members of TISI, we are members of many ISSO, and we've applied for a few more, where knowledge partners come together and they put their lesson plans out. And so that is a lot of, and again, then we have a proper concrete Cambridge training that is done by Cambridge trainers. It could be online, it could be physical. So that is how we are constantly learning. And for me, learning is equal to training.
True.
Yeah.
But what is your school, CPSI, is doing? What are you doing with the AI integration for students? Are you using the bold step which you recommended? Are you implementing that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, that thinking skills is like is the motto of our school, right? Whether it's for children or it's for teachers, right? And hence, many times it could also be like a question mark for many because thinking skills are intangible in nature, right?
Yeah.
It takes time for transformation to happen, right? So there could be people who may be worried that ma'am is saying thinking skills, but what is happening, we don't know. It's all happening here, right? So that is one part of AI training for my kids, right? Again, the beauty of Cambridge curriculum is that it's always contemporary in nature. Okay, it retains what is conservative knowledge, right? But it always updates itself almost every 6 months if required, or on an annual basis. So they've already brought in the theoretical knowledge of AI as a subject in the computer science curriculum.
Yeah.
Okay, right from the early years. That's second vertical. The third vertical is I've created something called a Makers Lab in the school, which we are initiating from this year itself. And the head office, the curriculum department of Lighthouse Learning Group of Schools, they have created a curriculum wherein AI has been integrated into the curriculum goals of Makers Lab. So that's the third part that's coming into the school. Yeah.
Is there a risk that integrating AI into a child's life early makes them great at retrieval but bad at genuine thinking?
It could be if it's one-sided.
Okay.
Like I said, if you do not develop the requisite, thinking skills, and if the child does not understand that I am the master here and AI is just a tool, then there is a danger. Right? So if you don't develop their critical thinking, their analytical thinking, their evaluation abilities, and then the learner can become a servant to AI. Because he will stop thinking, or she will stop thinking and run to AI to think things out for himself. And the worst part is that the AI will think the way you give it instructions. So if your instructions are inadequate, the AI is also going to think inadequately. So that is what is the danger.
As an ophthalmologist, I worry about screen time and myopia. It is mostly a silent endemic that is happening around the world.
Yeah.
That is the visible consequence of screen times. But a deeper concern about excessive technology use is also how the child processes the world. I think about this. So what is the cognitive argument against rushing AI early in school?
See, again, this is like I said, AI is not about screen all the time.
Understood.
Isn't it? So, for me, I won't even think of this danger, because I don't relate AI to AI is equal to screen, right? For me, AI in school is very different. It is about developing those key thinking skills and the ability to use AI. So you don't require gadgets to be able to use AI. So when one thinks that gadget is equal to AI, that is where you've got the
Everything wrong.
understanding of AI wrong. Yeah. So for me, screen time doesn't come in when it comes to AI.
Okay, right.
Yeah.